So it's been a while since I've shared about kind of where I'm at in my life journey. And as a lot of you know, I was going through a long, long season of health battles, different things. Um, some of them were very, very much related to my voice and being able to sing and speak and all those things. And then there were like a lot of other things too. Um, but through it all, I knew that God was holding on to me, that He was giving me the strength and the grace and the perseverance. And through the battle, through the hard season, it was also a time of deepening my roots, deepening my faith, and helping me tap into another level of faith that I think like I probably wouldn't have known that I needed to go deeper until I reached that place of like I'm at the end of myself. I don't have any answers. I don't know what's going on. I thought I was on the right track. Did I hear everything wrong? Like one of those kind of seasons. But yet I knew that God was like, this is not a punishment. This is not that you've heard me wrong, that you've been on the wrong journey or going in the wrong direction. It was more like, I am preparing you for something bigger. I am preparing you for things that you can't understand yet. And this battle season is so important for you to just press into so that when that new season comes and these new doors open up, that I would be ready. But that even more so, that I would be grounded. Um, I think so many times, like, we think that, okay, if I could just get healthy, then I can run fast. And then we end up back in the same ditch because we've just expended so much energy and so much time and so much striving. And then we end up just exhausted and in our flesh, and we're not able to help anyone. And a lot of times we just show the worst version of ourselves. And so, as I have been stepping into greater health, more wholeness, not just in my body, but in my mind and in my soul and in my spirit, some of those things that have been coming out is things are speeding up. I think all of us have encountered that since the pandemic kind of lost its grip on society. Things are speeding up. And not just have they sped up, it's like it feels crazier than ever, I feel like. And yet, I feel so much more rooted and grounded in Jesus and in the mission that He's put before me. And He's been giving me more clarity. And one of the things that He keeps inspiring in me, I've been writing a lot of songs in this season about the rest of God. Not just rest, but even when things are moving fast, even when my schedule's hectic, even when everything feels like, woo, it's just spinning and spinning and spinning, that I'm able to feel rooted and grounded in Him, that I know that He's holding me tightly, that my roots are just so deep in the soil of Him, of His sovereignty, of His providence, that I'm not losing focus, I'm not losing sight. And so something that He gave me clarity on the other day, it was just, he kind of corrected a way of thinking, it was just like I noticed like I've been on this mission, like running fast and like helping people and running them to the doors of Jesus and then running right back out, constantly focus on the mission. And yet really the perspective shift brought me to, no, I rest in the house of the Lord, and I'm not talking about church. I'm talking about his sanctuary. And when we rest in the Lord, at the end of our day, it's not just about going to bed. At the end of the day, like, we come back into his fullness and we reflect on the day and we look back and say, like, Lord, I'm not sure if I did this right, or this is where I really, kind of like went into my flesh and I wish I could have done that better, or this was such a victory, God. Like, I am so thankful that you used me in this scenario and I was able to like be used by God to encourage someone, to help someone, all these things. Anyways, and being able to take that time and just say, Lord, you're so good. And you show up over and over and over again. And even on the days when I feel like tired and spent and sometimes even a little discouraged, I come back and I just sit with the Lord and Lord, what did you see? Where were you in this? Or, and in that, he meets me. In that, he meets you. He meets us all. And he really speaks to us and he goes to work in our soul. He goes to work in our spirit. And he begins to replenish and restore and refresh. He repairs. He revitalizes. And then we wake up in the morning and we're fresh. And we look and we're like, okay, Lord, what is my assignment for today? What is it that you want to speak to me? What is it that you want to speak through me? And we get in the word and we center ourselves. And when we do this, we're postured and we're set up for a better day, a more successful day, a godly day. And so anyways, like I said, like he's been really working in my soul and just reminding me that when I find myself like striving or I'm trying to do too many things, or I feel like I'm supposed to hold all these things up, and then I'm like, wait a second, you're God, I'm not. But not only that, he keeps telling me in this season, Erica, release these things that you think that you're supposed to be holding on to that I haven't told you to hold on to. And in that releasing, there's also entrusting, and it's encouraging to others to continue to step up, to step out. We don't do anyone any favors when we're trying to do it all ourselves. And that's something I've really, really had to take to heart and really see, like, Lord, where am I keeping someone else from stepping out into their full potential because I'm trying to do it all. And then there's also just that aspect of like when we're resting in him, he's the creator of the universe, which means he is the greatest artist that there will ever be. And he invites us into the creative process. He invites us to create things with him. And I'm so thankful that one of the ways that he welcomes me into his creative process is through songwriting. And so he has been, like I said, encouraging me to write a lot of songs that are about rest, about going back and finding those green pastures, laying beside the still waters like it talks about in Psalm 23, and really just trusting him. Because when we fully rest in him, we fully trust in him. And we know that no matter what continues to be in motion, when we're just present with him, we're trusting him because we know that he is God. And he's the one who truly has everything under control. And we release that control. And when we rest in him, we find that true restoration. So this is one of those songs that he gave me in this season. It's super, super simple. It's not complicated. It's not a lot of words, but it's truly just about resting in him and acknowledging when we are tired and exhausted and that we need that rest, that we know where to go to get that rest. Rest isn't just about sleeping. It's about releasing and trusting and resting in the King of Kings. Lead me to a quiet place where I can rest. I need rest. Fresh green fields, calm waterways. Here I find rest. So I rest. So my mind be still, my soul. You give me rest, holy rest. Tenderly you wash my feet. You give me rest. I'm so blessed. Lead me to a quiet place where I can rest. I need rest. Fresh green fields, calm waterways. Here I find rest. So I rest. So my mind be still, my soul. You give me rest, holy rest. Tenderly you wash my feet. You give me rest. I'm so blessed. Holy Spirit, flood my soul. Restore me,